Why, hello there. I am back to talk a little bit more about what I'm going through. Um, my last two posts were about my poetry and whatnot, which is really what this channel is going to be, is my poetry and whatnot, but I also kind of just want to talk and make it a bit of an open diary, but I can't do the blogging. I've probably had like 20 blogs, and I just can't get into that. I don't know why. I can journal all day long. If I had something where I could, like, as I wrote, it somehow turned into computer stuff, like digital or something. I don't know. I'm sure there's some kind of techie thing about that, but for now, I think I'm just gonna talk because talking makes feel so much better. And even though at this point in time I'm talking to just me, myself, talking into the computer screen, which still freaks me out because I feel like I'm crooked and I feel like the screen is weird and the camera's weird and lighting and stuff. Like, I'm totally freaking out about the whole thing. But I'm keeping composed because it is more important that I speak as opposed to freak out. So I think that's a good compromise. I mean, that's a good, way to say it. I'm getting like the whole left, right mirror thing backwards. It keeps fucking with me. So we're gonna have to excuse me until I get kind of used to it. But I thought that I could tell you about my anxiety because it's real. Anxiety is like a real thing. I know some people think you're just anxious or you're just nervous or you're making a big deal out of nothing or you just want to go and you're making an excuse. Um, that is not anxiety. That is normal people stuff. And my level of anxiety is, it's insane. It is insane. Like, crazy. Crazy anxiety. Crazy. I don't want to throw the word around crazy and have somebody be like, that's a politically correct term, but I'm referring to myself, and I'm crazy. I'm crazy with my anxiety is insane. And anyone who's dealt with me with my anxiety earned a very special place in wherever it is that they're going, that they're going to consider heaven, because I am just not good when it comes to stuff. No, I'm not. I am the most socially awkward, introvert, anxiety ridden, confused person you will probably ever meet. And we're not even meeting, it's online. So, I there was a time quite a bit ago that my isolation got so bad because of my anxiety that I didn't leave the house for like 4 months, maybe more. And I had a group of friends prior to that who really encouraged me and got me out, and we did stuff, and that was great. Like, I wasn't afraid of the end of the world or anything. And then they moved away, and was just me. And the world just seemed so scary. And my home just felt safe. And then I just started rationalizing. You know, I could order groceries and get them delivered. There was no reason for me to go out. I was saving money. I was saving gas. All the great things. But I think I started really losing my mind during that time because I don't remember all of it. I don't remember what exactly I was afraid of. And I don't think I was afraid of any one thing in particular, but I had anxiety. And anxiety and fear, I'm not sure in my particular case were the same thing, but I had anxiety over people. I just didn't want to see people. I didn't want to run into somebody. I didn't want to have a conversation with someone. I didn't want to have to accept or reject an invitation to something. I didn't want to answer questions about what I was doing or what my plans were or have been. I was I was just content with me sitting with myself. And I was productive, I did stuff around the house and whatnot. I didn't just sit on the couch wrapped up in a blanket, but it was still unhealthy. And at first I was pretty certain I had anxiety over driving. I had anxiety that I was going to crash the car. I had anxiety not being in an accident. I had anxiety about, just getting rear-ended or something. And luckily with therapy and a lot of self-talk and bringing the intensity of what I was thinking down, I came to the conclusion that I was not afraid of driving as so much as I was afraid of the possible interaction with other people. Crazy, right? That's insane. Like, that's insane. I could drive my car if there was somehow a guarantee that I would not get into an accident and then have to talk to somebody. Because I'd have to talk to the other person who I was in the accident with. I'd have to talk to the cops and maybe an ambulance, and I would freak out. I couldn't handle the possibility of this catastrophic event that had very little likelihood of happening. And slowly, I started going out, leaving the house for little things, and I did it. I don't know if I got over it or there's no medication or anything. I think I just got fed up with myself for being so damn scared and nervous, but I didn't feel scared. I felt more nervous, more anxious about it than scared, but I don't know. I'm not a shrink. Who knows what emotional barrier there was. But anxiety has ruled my life for a long time, and I've learned to live with the anxiety. I've learned to let the anxiety make decisions for me. I've learned to live within my box, and I've learned to be happy and feel safe and feel in control. And that's not healthy. I can't control everything. I recently found out that black and white thinking isn't good, that it's kind of almost not possible. There's this whole gray. Have you heard of that part of life, the gray part? Yeah, in my little world, in my head, there was no gray. There's black and there's white. Like, there's two separate things. And I'm not talking about race. Like, no, I'm talking about, like, you either do it or you don't. It's either yes or it's no. It's either right or it's left. There's no room for a give and take or a compromise or error. Because once there's gray, once there's possibilities, once there's options, who knows what could happen. And I'm still struggling with that gray part. But I think I'm doing better. I'm realizing that others have gray. I'm not necessarily at the place where I have gray, or I'm gonna allow gray into my life yet, but I am trying. And I find that I'm expressing that in art therapy. So I might have to, like, make something and bring it home and show all my fans. But, I just wanted to give you a little bit about me and what I'm struggling with, and the fact that I've struggled with it forever, and it's not some, like, it's not a fucking excuse to not go to a party. It is an overwhelming fog that is so thick it literally holds you down. Anxiety is a bitch, and she is pissed. She is selfish, and she is overbearing, and she wants you or me or whoever it is that she is with, and she wants everything. And sometimes you have to give it to her. I mean, sometimes you just fall. You just fall. Sometimes you just have to let it win. You just have to, just don't have control anymore. And anxiety is just so heavy. You can't decide between opening the fridge or opening the freezer. You're so nervous about what's going to happen. Totally. Totally been there. Still there. But I'm figuring it out. Right here. I definitely am. So I'll be back. I used up all my 15 minutes. So I'll be back and I'll read some poetry and some stuff. So thanks again for listening and watching. And if you comment and share, thanks.